Concerned FCT voters urged INEC to extend area council's tenure. Plus, stakeholders to address key concerned issues in estate development. Hello there, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on the news desk of Nta Channel 5, Abuja at 1. My name is Tessie Omeri. President Bola Tinubu has been re-elected chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government for the second consecutive tenure. It was at the 65th session of the community held in Abuja. State House correspondent Musbah Wahab reports that at the session, Nigeria made a new commitment to incentivize the fight against terrorism in the ECOWAS sub-region and its counter-terrorism center located in Abuja.
ECOWAS is just a few months away from its golden jubilee. The bloc has recorded many high moments in its integration and cooperation pursuits, but equally dotted by some lows in the past 49 years. And the present situation is even more challenging as it is existential. This session was appraising the enormity of the challenges facing the sub-region, including terrorist activities and violent extremism vis-à-vis the effort at combating them.
Our region is still confronted with multiple interlocking threats, including existential ones. These include climatic and man-made crises, leading to terrorism and violent extremism, strained social contracts, engendering bitter rivalries and unhealthy competition.
Certainly, the community recognizes the importance of peaceful and secure environments in its integration and economic drives. And again, Nigeria is taking a lead to give new momentum to the fight against forms of insecurity in the sub-region.
I urge ECOWAS to leverage on the capability of the Nigerian National Counter-Terrorism Center, NCTC, which is widely acknowledged as one of the best on the continent. The Nigerian government has decided to declare the NCTC as a regional center to enable all ECOWAS member states benefit from capacity building and the other related opportunities it offers.
On its socio-economic challenges, President Tinubu implores member states to double down and liberate their people from poverty.
We must invest in our infrastructure and cultivate a conducive business environment to empower our communities to stimulate growth and build resilience against external shocks. Together, we can pave the way for a prosperous future for all ECOWAS sub-region.
The unconstitutional takeover of government and the subsequent decision of the three Sahel countries to opt out of ECOWAS still remains a concern for the community. And now, the authority is urging President Diomaye Faye of Senegal to join force in reconvincing the departing members to reconsider their decision.
I will request Mr. Faye to please become our special envoy along Togo to do a round-clock walk with our brothers in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger.
In a seeming passmark to the chairmanship tenure of President Tinubu due to end by July 9, the authority has re-elected the Nigerian leader to lead the bloc for another 1 year. From the State House, Musbah Wahab, NT News.
And from multilateral relations, let's talk domestic issues. We are presently tracking a situation report at Aso Radio and Television station on the Katampe Hill, Federal Capital Territory, where a man is attempting to commit suicide. Our correspondent, Onotu Yakubu, who is at the location, reports that the man arrived at the location unnoticed by workers of the station Monday morning and left a suicide note at the base of the station's mast. He then proceeded to climb onto the high peak of the mast. Emergency managers and operatives of the various security agencies in the territory are presently making efforts to rescue the man. Details of the development will be brought to you in our subsequent bulletin. And now to religious matters. In the Islamic faith, the 12 recognized lunar calendar months provide the opportunity for Muslims to appraise their lives and worship Allah as commanded in the glorious Quran. Religious correspondent Abdullahi Ajia examines the new Hijra calendar of 1446 after Hijra. That report will be brought to you in the course of the bulletin. Moving on now. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NELFund, says only 36 state-owned tertiary institutions have so far sent their students' data to its student verification system, SVEs. The fund says the student loan application for the 36 institutions have been onboarded. NELFund urges state institutions yet to send their students' data to its dashboard for processing to do so timely to enable their students benefit from the scheme. The fund also notes that students enrolled in the following 36 state-owned tertiary institutions can now apply for students' loans effective from 7th July 2024. Still talking education, the management of Junior Secondary School Kubwa 1 has pledged to continue to provide enabling environment and opportunity for students to help improve their academic and talents. The principal of the school made the pledge at the unveiling of the school magazine and 16th graduation ceremony. Hadiza Godwin Ebony has more.
Variety of the school, Akefolaji Olayinka says, the mission of the school is to develop children mentally, physically, socially, and also.
The school itself, they are blessed with talented teachers, and they gave out their best to ensure that the best is gotten from their results. The magazine is all about sports, and we have given ample chances.
Who need special attention and moral values for them to take the country to the next level.
The FCTA, under the able leadership of the Honorable Minister, Barrister Ezengonyeson Wike, they are not resting on their oars. Of course, they are aware of the massive renovation going on in several FCT schools. And the Education Secretariat through UBEB, they are providing all relevant instructional resources.
Academically, number one, I want to appreciate the teachers, because the teachers have been very hard working in this school. And I think it has to do with the incentive given by the Honorable Minister. By the end of the year, he appreciated them, and he has never delayed their salaries.
From the program I've just watched today, looking at them giving the children awards on different phases of life, it really shows that the school is actually doing it well. As a parent, I feel so happy because once a time I passed through this stage. So I'm so happy seeing my daughter also passing through this stage. And today is a very, very, memorable day in their lives.
Some of the graduating students affirm much has been inculcated in them to enable them to face the future with determination.
I'll always advise them that they should heed their teachers' advice, always obey by the school rules, and they should become our future ambassadors.
I feel good and happy to finally graduate after 3 years of studying. So it's very nice. I'm very happy to graduate.
I'm happy I'm going to SS. I'm no longer in junior level, I'm in senior level.
Awards were presented to students who excelled in character and in learning. The 6th edition of the school's short standard magazine tagged Perseverance for Excellence was unveiled. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni, NTA News.
Away from education, a group of concerned FCT voters and residents have appealed to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to reconsider its stance on the extended tenure of the area council chairman. The group made the position known in a press briefing in Abuja. Here is the report. It will be recalled that the INEC chairman Yakubu Mahmoud, in a meeting with IPAC chairman, recently clarified that the tenure of the elected chairman and councillors in the 6 area councils will come to an end in June 2026 based on the 2022 Electoral Act, which was effective before the current officials took their oath of office on June 2022. This group concerned FCT residents and voters who are of the view that the task of nation building requires the participation of all, are expressing their displeasure on the extension of the tenure of the area council chairmen and councillors.
With this express provision of the 2022 Electoral Act. On the contrary, our considered position is that this law can only become operative after the expiration of the tenure of the current chairman and councillors. What we had in mind while trooping out to exercise our franchise on Saturday, February 12, 2022, was a 3-year term of office. Nothing more, nothing less.
Their stand is that the 2010 Electoral Act was the subsisting law at the time of the area council elections, hence their position against the extension.
Already given a 7-day ultimatum to retrace their steps and do the needful, failing of which we would have to sit again and decide on our next line of action. Next question.
They call on INEC to reconsider in order to avoid unnecessary litigation, which is not healthy for democracy. The FCT concerned voters and residents say they are peaceful Nigerians who are only protecting their rights. You're watching the news at 1 on Nta Channel 5, Abuja. Still to come after the news, the break. Rosemond and Uche Emaji's 13th President Rotary Club Maitama. These and more when we return. Do stay with us.
Good evening, glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me.
And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program.
I will celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
On the news.
On the news.
In a significant move to enhance the real estate industry in Nigeria, particularly in the Federal Capital Territory, the chairman of the Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria, REDAN, Abuja chapter, Hikoya Tony, has brought to light the key issues affecting estate development in the region. Hawagiba reports that this was at the 2024 REDAN Abuja chapter inaugural general meeting, setting the stage for industry stakeholders to address key concerns and drive progress in the sector.
Developing the environment through real estate is perceived as the bedrock of thriving economics for any developing nation, with support from stakeholders and policymakers. Speaking at the 2024 Real Estate Developers Association, Iyikoya Okurowa highlighted issues such as quackery, lack of regulation, collapsed building, and flooding as challenges facing
which are charged to developers. Imagine the amount of money government will get from stamp duties and all that. So it's going to be the effort of government to develop the society by providing decent and affordable.
Come together to address these challenges and promote ethical practices, innovation, and inclusivity in real estate development.
So no REDAN member is fraudulent, except maybe one or two that may be having issues. Most of these issues, they come from transactions that are not properly, prepared.
This truly housing deficit within the FCT and Nigeria at large.
And the interesting thing is that the present ESCO is handling matters, and we have a very active minister who we are presently working with.
Most importantly,
ask for that collaboration such that we can get our land directly from the government.
While stressing the importance of collaboration with FCTA departments to ensure that the industry's efforts align with the FCT administration's vision for a better Abuja, the industry professionals, developers and stakeholders unanimously agreed to work together to tackle the challenges facing the sector and promote a vibrant and sustainable real estate industry in the FCT. High point of the 2024 Reading FCT chapter was the presentation of plaque to newly inaugurated ESCO, who will pilot the affairs of the association for 4 years. Hawagimba, NTA News.
It was a celebration of life well spent of an extraordinary woman, Mama Oladuni Adeni, whose remarkable journey and contribution to life left indelible marks on the community of Ila Oragun in Osun State and beyond. The celebration of her life brought together family, friends, and dignitaries from across the country in a joyous and heartfelt event. Femi Afariogun captured the event.
The final burial ceremony for Mama Munirat